Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. It's time to say hello. Hello, boys and girls. Good to see you again. We're starting a brand new week. Today I'm going to read you the very last gingerbread story that I have. This one is different too, but maybe not as different as the Gingerbread Pirates. In the Gingerbread Pirates, was there a fox to eat the cookie? No. Were there animals chasing the cookie? I don't think so. It was a lot different. And of course, Santa Claus was the one who enjoyed eating cookies in that story. This book is called The Gingerbread Cowboy. And I think you'll find that in some ways it's very different, but it might be the same in some ways too. So afterwards, you'll have to think, was it more like the other gingerbread stories or more different? So this is called The Gingerbread Cowboy. I'll just move you a little closer to the book. Oh, the author is Janet Squires. And of course, we know the illustrator who made the pictures, her name is Holly Berry. So, The Gingerbread Cowboy. And if you look at the Gingerbread Man, he is kind of dressed like a cowboy, ready to ride a horse. Take a look at the pictures here. Once upon a time, in the wild, wild west, there lived a rancher and his wife. Every morning, just as the sun was coming up, the rancher saddled his horses and fed the cattle while his wife baked biscuits. Do you see there? She's baked biscuits. Biscuits with butter, biscuits with honey, biscuits with jelly. Yes, those breakfast biscuits were plump as pillows, soft as clouds, and tasty as a big Texas barbecue. Then one day, just as the sun was coming up, the rancher's wife decided she was tired of making biscuits. So she measured and mixed, and she made gingerbread dough. She rolled that dough flat and cut out the shape of a boy, but not just any boy. He had boots on his feet. He had a hat on his head, and he had a big belt buckle made of spun sugar. He was a gingerbread cowboy. She took raisins, candies, and nuts and gave him 2 bright eyes, a laughing mouth, and a cowboy vest with fringe. And she put him in the oven to bake. There, take a look at these pictures. Maybe you can guess what's happening. I sure am hungry for biscuits, said the rancher, leaning over and sniffing the rodeo romping good smell coming out of the oven. He opened the door for a peek, and as quick as the flick of a cowboy's ponytail, out jumped the gingerbread cowboy, and he ran out the door as fast as his boots could carry him. Now I'll have to show you. He's right here. Do you see him? Whoa, shouted the rancher. Come back, cried his wife. But the gingerbread cowboy just laughed and said, giddy up, as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the Gingerbread Man. Until he came to a road runner. I was about to have lizard for breakfast, said the Roadrunner, but I think I'll eat you instead. The Gingerbread Cowboy just laughed and said, giddy up, as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the Gingerbread Man. And he wriggled through the corral fence and raced away as fast as his boots could carry him, until he came to a band of javelinas munching on cactus pads. Gingerbread, shouted the javelinas. Yee-haw! The Gingerbread Cowboy just laughed and said, giddy up, as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the Gingerbread Man. He galloped past a big prickly cactus and raced away as fast as his boots could carry him, until he came to a herd of longhorned cattle grazing in a field. No more grass for us, they all cried. We want gingerbread. See all the cattle? But the Gingerbread Cowboy just laughed and said, giddy up as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the Gingerbread Man. He ducked between their legs and raced away as fast as his boots could carry him, until he met some hungry cowboys riding the range. The cowboys yelled, stampede! They wanted gingerbread too. The Gingerbread Cowboy just laughed and said, giddy up as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the Gingerbread Man. And he turned down a canyon and raced away as fast as his legs could carry him. Until he met a coyote napping in the sun. Now, the Gingerbread Cowboy was feeling mighty pleased with himself. I've run from the rancher and his wife, the Roadrunner, the javelinas, the longhorned cattle, and the cowboys, he bragged, and I can run away from you, too. The coyote smiled. I don't want to chase you, he said, but I can hear those folks coming fast, and there's a river just ahead. Hop onto my tail, and I'll take you across. I can't let them catch me now, cried the Gingerbread Cowboy, so he hopped onto the coyote's tail. The coyote splashed into the river and began to swim. It rained last night and the river is deep. You'd better get on my back, said the coyote. So the Gingerbread Cowboy climbed onto the coyote's back. By now, the cowboys, the longhorns, the javelinas, the Roadrunner, the rancher, and his wife had arrived at the edge of the river. The rancher's wife took out her lariat and swung a loop out towards the Gingerbread Cowboy. See, I'll let you see where did you see the loop? There, she's ready to get him. Quick, stand on my nose, said the coyote. So the Gingerbread Cowboy jumped up onto the coyote's nose. See right here. Ha, 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 shouted the Gingerbread Cowboy as the lasso fell short. They missed. I think the Gingerbread Cowboy thinks he's safe. But I won't miss, said the coyote. And he tossed the Gingerbread Cowboy into the air like a flapjack on a griddle and swallowed him in one gulp. And that was the end of the Gingerbread Cowboy. But as you can see, they are making more, aren't they? So one last story about gingerbread. And in this story, you've noticed there were people and animals running after the gingerbread cowboy. And in the end, there was a river, which we're pretty used to seeing. And it wasn't a fox exactly that ate him, but it was a coyote who looks a little bit like a fox. So that story had a lot of things that were the same with our very first stories. All right, you have some things in your packet that I have not talked about yet, and I just want to show you. These are all fun things you can do at home. And the first thing I'm going to show you is a picture of a gingerbread man, and as you can see, there's some cool shapes at the bottom. And what you need to do is you need to cut out those cool shapes. You can cut out the gingerbread man as well. And once you have everything cut out, then this page will tell you, oh, I'll turn it this way, some cool ways to decorate your gingerbread man. So see if you can copy some of these. If you choose this one, you'll be looking for one star, one purple square, a moon shape. What do we've got here? We've got a six-sided object. Let's see, and a that looks like an oval. All sorts of different shapes. Oh, excuse me. That you can copy, or you can decide to decorate the gingerbread man however you like. The next one is lots and lots and lots of gingerbread houses. And what you can do, you can cut out the houses on the red lines, and you will have a house for every single letter of the alphabet. So cut all those out first. I'll have to get a drink of water when I'm done. Then after all those houses that have the ABC letters on, then there will be gingerbread people to put in the houses. And some of the gingerbread people will have small letters, and some will have big letters, like that. So, for example, if you had cut out the house that has the letter A on it, this gingerbread person would get to go into that house, and also this gingerbread person, because there's a big A and a small a. So that'll be a big project, and you might want to do that with people in your family. It's a lot of cutting, but it'll be kind of a fun matching activity or game you can play at home. So there's that. And the last thing I want to show you, I've been working on it. What you had was a piece of paper with something that looked like this on it. I cut it out already. And after I cut it out, every place where there was a line, I folded it. You see how I have it folded everywhere? Everywhere there was a line, I made a fold. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tuck it all together so it looks like a box. So I'm going to tuck that in on the side. I can tuck that in over there. And then the bottom can just kind of come up like this. Oops, I got to tuck that in too. Everything has to get tucked inside tight. So once you have it all tucked inside, then what you can do is take a piece of tape. Oh, yeah, you might need help with this one, boys and girls, because it's a lot of folding. But let's see if I can get a little piece of tape off. I think I've got it. I don't want to let go of it because I'm afraid it'll come apart again. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of attach it with some tape. So now I actually have a box. And then there's a chart that looks like this. So what you're going to do, and I'll just toss it up, but it'll land on the ground. You're going to toss your box up in the air. It'll land on the ground. And then whatever picture is on top, this is the picture that was on top. You'll have to find it on the chart. And then you'll color in a box above that, because that's the first the first picture that you rolled. So then you can take really any color of crayon. I'm gonna get it. So I'm gonna find that candy cane right here, and I'm gonna color in the first box above it. It'll be kind of like a race to see which shape makes it to the top first. So I'll do it just a couple more times. I'm gonna take the box, throw it up in the air. This time I got, it looks like a little gingerbread girl maybe. So now I have to find that on my chart, which is right here. See how it matched? And so now I'm gonna color that one. Okay, I'll do it one more time and we'll just see what I get next. So remember, I'm gonna throw it up in the air. And this time, look, I got the candy cane again. So now I'm gonna color in the second one above the candy cane. So if we're racing to the top with our shakes, who's winning so far? The candy cane. And this is a game you can play with a friend or a family member too. You can take turns tossing and seeing which character comes on top of the box. So that I think is the last activity. And now we have one more day before we have some days off, because we're going to be saying happy holidays to each other, and then we're going to have a few days off. So tomorrow, instead of having another book time, I am going to open my Zoom classroom up for you, and you can come and visit me, and I can see you. So what I want you to do, there's two things I want you to do. Well, first of all, I will give your mom and dad or some grown-up at your house will get the special numbers that you have to put into the computer so you can open the door to my classroom. So I will have those. But what I need you to do, boys and girls, is make a card with your name on it, because some of you I have not met before. And it's always good to practice writing our name anyway. So you can take, what I did is I just found a piece of paper and I folded it in two so it'll sit up in front of me tomorrow when we have our meeting. And then what I'd like you to do though, and I'll do this part, I won't be quite done. I'm going to write my name, Mrs. Foos. I'll write it in all big letters. Mrs. Oh, I hope it all fits. That's Mrs. And now I have to fit Foos over here. F-U-S-S. Oh, it just fit. Mrs. Foos. But I'm going to decorate it. I'm going to use some crayons or some markers and make it look very fancy before tomorrow. So I'm hoping when you do your name card, maybe you'll decorate it as well. I also want you to bring one thing that's special, a sharing item. Just something that you think would be fun for Mrs. Foos to see, because then I'll learn something new about you. So come with your name card and one special sharing item. Oh, little mouse is making some noise back here. Oh, that's little mouse, all right. I think he was sleeping. Little mouse. You know, boys and girls, I think I'm going to put that bell away. He is ringing it all the time. Little mouse, I know you're awake now. So what do you have to show us today? Oops, he's got it in his hand. Oh, what is that, little mouse? That looks like a white piece of paper, kind of like the one I just showed the boys and girls. Oh, did you already do your name card? Oh, he did. He's all ready for tomorrow. So little mouse did the same thing. I guess you folded it, and then he wrote little mouse on the outside. I did help him a little bit. And he made some decorations on it. Oh, and little mouse, you made some little pine trees, didn't you? Just like when we were talking about pine trees. So little mouse will have his card tomorrow when we Zoom, and I'll have my card and you can all have yours. And we'll also have something to share. So boys and girls, have a great day and see if you can come to our meeting tomorrow. It's okay if you can't, because we'll do it again sometime. But I do hope to see you. All right, little mouse, I have to do the goodbye song, okay? Okay, he's saying goodbye. Oh, little mouse. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. It's time to say goodbye.